All right. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. It is August 22nd. I'm just adjusting the cameras this morning. So, good morning. Let me just make sure everything is up and where it needs to be. And there it is on the wrong camera. That's awesome. Why don't we do that camera instead? Oh, goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. I'm here for it too. I'm here for it. You guys get to look at my chair. Let's see why it's not switching right away here. Should be on the heat press. There we go. God, the delay is terrible this morning. Good morning, good morning. Good morning. There we go. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Sass for August 22nd. My name is Nikki Adamquist. I can't even say my own darn last name. It's been a spell since I've been live. Welcome to the crazy. Welcome to the fantastic. All things wonderful, right? So while you guys get your stuff together, we got a lot on tap this morning. We are going to talk about the acrylic panels from Apparicium. That's Ashley Dodd's group and page. So we're going to be talking about her 5x7. I will show you the 8x10, but we're going to actually press the 5x7 today, and I'm going to show you how you bend it. No, you don't need a jig. All you need is a pot. That's right. We're going to bring out the pot, and we're going to bend some acrylic today. We're also going to do some TikTok made me do it kind of things. So the TikTok made me do it kind of trend has been a thing, and today we're going to talk about those screen print transfer confetti, if you will. I've got some screen print transfers. We're going to see how this goes. I am really apprehensive about it, but until then, let's just get your coffee. I'm going to go grab mine, and we'll get started. All right. Let's see. I don't know why it's on that one, but it's going to switch. The delay today is absolutely amazing. And it's probably because of the weather that they're getting down in New York City right now. So Hurricane Henri is on its way. It looks like Henry to me, but it's Henri. Okay. So, it is coming up the East Coast. It's actually down in New York City area. So, you know, say a little prayer, if you will. Good thoughts, good wishes to all those down in the city right now. Long Island area, I will get about 1 to 3 inches of rain or so, but we can do the Sass this morning, and that's what makes this all really fun and cool. So, let's talk about these acrylics from Apparicium. All right, so last night I made this. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like plain, but this happens to be my mom, my grandfather, and my aunt. You don't mirror when you use acrylic. Now it does come flat, and it has a protective coating on front and on the back. We're going to peel that off. It does have an opaque backing to it, so you definitely know what is the front and the back on this one. She also has, and that's the 5x7, she also has this square ornament. What we all know is the Benelux, and a round. Now, what I like about these is because it's not glass, so it gives it that glass look without actually being glass. That's a great thing to have to offer your clients, is that non-glass look, but make it look like it's, you know, fun and bougie. So we've got all of that. Let's see what we got going on here. The Sassiversary is not until next Sunday. Next Sunday. Yay! But we'll get more to that. Don't worry about it. So here you go. This has a coating on both the top and on the bottom. So what I do is I get my little handy dandy tool right here. And I just, don't worry, you don't actually scrape it. You just want to try to get this backing come off. It's a little bit, it bites you a little bit. Nothing too crazy, but I also have nails, so this is not, listen, nails and sublimation are not your friend. I just need to tell you that right now. And anything vinyl, they don't want to scrape it. So of course you're going to be very, 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 very gentle on what you're doing, but you'll find your technique and your way, and whatnot. Now, we have seen these over in Condi, the type of acrylic, but they are no longer selling them. So with that said, you have all of that. I don't want to add heat to it, so I'm trying to pull this off without adding the heat. Come on. There we go. Just got to get that little bit of a thing. All right. So they used to have them. They don't carry them anymore. They don't even have the jig. So if you have the jig, you're fortunate. But you know what? There's going to be a bunch of you who don't have the jig. And well, how do we do this without the jig, right? Well, I'm going to show you how I put it over a stock pot. Now, I have a 5-quart stock pot, and I have a huge stock pot for like spaghetti sauce and all of that fun stuff. And what you're going to do is just lay it on there. It's really that simple. It's nothing too crazy. This is the stock pot we're going to use. You want to make sure it has a nice flat edge onto this. The 5x7s do fit on this. If you have a bigger, taller spaghetti pot, that would be great for your 8x10s. Now you can put these, depending on how big your pot is, you can have it be vertical or horizontal. Guess what? You didn't have to buy 2 jigs for it. So what we're going to do is put butcher paper down. She has it at 400 for 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Write that down. 400 for 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Okay, that's what she does this at. Now, she does have it to where you do not mirror your image. With acrylic, you do not mirror your image. I did tape mine down last night because I wanted to test it out and see how the tape held up. And you know what? The tape worked fine for me. I know that Ashley uses a pro spray. For hers, I use tape. I use good old heat tape. Now you can get your heat tape just about anywhere. My flexible type of heat tape I get from Driven by Graphics, but you can get your regular heat tape like what I have right here. I get from Johnson Plastics. All right, we're gonna reuse this. We're gonna fold it, okay? And now it is set at 2 minutes and 10 seconds, so that's 130 seconds for those who need to play. Now, you want to do medium pressure. You're going to want to adjust your pressure. Keep that all in mind. I did take a sneak peek at mine so that I could see if it was, you know, it was doing what it needed to do. You want to have the opaque side face up, image face down. All right. And then when you go to flip it over, you'll be able to see if it's pressed correctly. I already have my heat press set to where it needs to be. And there you go. All right. So now it's going to sit here for the 2 minutes and 10 seconds. You can look at it before you peel anything off. It will be very pliable. You are definitely going to need heat gloves for this. And even these, it's a lot of heat. 400 is a lot of heat on those hands, right? So there you go. Let's put that all away. For those who needed to know, the Sassiversary is next Sunday, same time, same channel, right here, right on Facebook only, though, next week. It will not be on YouTube. Sorry, my YouTube friends. It will not be on YouTube next week. It will only be during my Facebook. So if you're not on Facebook, I do apologize. You might want to get on it if you want to watch it. So it will only be on Facebook tomorrow, or at August 29th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be giving away over $3,500 worth of prizes. You already had to sign up to be in it to win it, and that date already passed. If you were a vendor and the vendors donated, that's already passed. Nobody can enter in into this wonderful giveaway that we're doing, and it is amazing. I am looking forward to everything that we have going on. We have prize packs from my Zoomies. We have stuff from Driven by Graphics and from Ashley from Aparicrium. So if you love what you're seeing today, me do with this acrylic, head over to Ashley's, put it in there. Hopefully you get to win one of her many gift codes that she's giving out next Sunday. What? I lost my job for next week. No. Jody, you will be here live to do your job next week. She has a big job. Her and Jess. Boy, do they have a big job. And actually, they don't even have to give links to next week, but they will, because that's what they do. I'm so excited. And for those who are attending the ISS show in Atlantic City this coming week, I will be there on the 7th at the trade show. We are going to be doing dinner. So if you want to come and meet the Sass Master herself and my wonderful friends, you will be able to see me at the show. All right, let's take a quick look at this. Now, Ashley will tell you, if it sticks, don't worry about it. What you can do, oh, she's beautiful. All right, she said, if the paper sticks, don't worry about it. You can just run some warm water over it after it cools, right? Because you want to do that after it cools. So, because then I won't be able to bend it. It is super pliable right now. Just take that pot, literally line it up to your edge so it's nice and even, and then hold it there. That's it. Now, what you can do is give your hands a little bit of a break. You just want it so that it can stand up. You want to push it down. What you could do as well is just put a towel over this. I don't, of course, have one right here. You can, so if you want to protect those hands, and just sit there and hold it until it cools down. It's going to take a few minutes for it to cool down, just a little bit. If you don't have a jig, this is what you're going to have to do. And you know what? It's okay. It doesn't take long for this to cool down. And what I ended up doing last night is, while it cooled here, I flipped over because it was cooler on the other side of the pot, and flipped it again. Okay? Really that easy. And it's pretty much already so that I can't bend it any further. But that's it. Maybe you got a spaghetti pot that's taller. That's going to work beautifully for those 8x10s. And if you wanted to, you could always do it on the vertical on the 8x10. So if you have a vertical picture, right? So that's some of the beautiful things that you could do with this acrylic. All acrylic is pretty much bendable, but the color on this is just absolutely amazing. For everything that you get for it. And they're really inexpensive when you think about it. So just using your regular old spaghetti pot is the best way to go when you don't have a jig. Make sure you have heat gloves, something to put over this so it does not burn your hands. But as you can see, I can't bend it now. It's cooled enough down to where I can't bend it. But there you go. It was a painting. I will show you guys a better picture of it. Let me just switch cameras here. So if you look at it from this angle, don't mind the paper. Again, just some warm soapy water will get this right off. If it sticks, that's the nature of the beast with acrylic. But now you guys can see what it looks like. It is absolutely gorgeous. So this was a painting done by mom number 2 in our family, and she did the Northern Lights in a cabin. It is stunning, and look, it's all curved. All right, so now it's going to stand up for me, and I won't have to worry about having feet on it or anything of that nature. There's that, and I'll show you the one with my mom and my aunt and my grandfather again. How do you know which side to press on? Well, Edie, so there is a clear side and an opaque side. Let me flip the camera again. So there's a clear side and an opaque side. All right, so there's this side right here. Yep, that's a little bit on the hot side. You'll see there's this definite opaque whitish back, and then there's the clear front. You will definitely know the difference to what it is. You always want to press on this opaque whitish side, and that's where you want to do that. Why does that keep pausing on me? Just want to make sure I'm not losing you guys, because all of a sudden my live is pausing on me. So I do apologize. Finding you guys back on the phone here. Let's see. We'll get you guys back in 1 second. But that's what that is. It just sits there, and it is the opaque side of it with the clear front. You'll definitely know. There's no doubt in my mind on that one. You will definitely know which side it is. All right, but again, as you guys can see, this is all warped, so don't even use this as your judgment, okay? But it does stand up. This is warped from the heat, but I could put it on anything. If you watch me from the back, I don't know where my camera angles are right now, but I'll be able to show you guys these standing up on the tables. Right now, it's just going to sit there and be nice and cool. There you go. So that's what you want to do. You want to make sure that you bend it, keep it down as tight as you can against that curve. This way you have a nice curve. If you let it go a little bit, what it's going to do is kind of arch a little weird. So you want to make sure that you have a nice hold onto that pot. Again, the pot is just there to help it curve and make it curve nicely and give it, you know, the nice roundedness. You don't want a huge curve in it because then it looks kind of weird. So you want just a gentle curve, and that's where the pot comes, you know, quite in handy here. Let's see what we got going on. You know what? I don't normally, my pressure's a little bit tight. I have my paper from Johnson Plastics, and I haven't had much of an issue with it. But again, I know people use Texstar paper all the time. I just don't. So, all right, here we go. We are going to do the TikTok Made Me Do It challenge. You guys all love when I do this. What we're going to do is we're going to put a screen print transfer, and then we're going to do the confetti. Now, what you're supposed to do is, let's get this heat press down. I have some reservations, I'm not going to lie to you, about where this is going. Let me just get everything down, because you can't have this hot or it's going to melt everything. So let's get our temperature down. Okay, so what you're supposed to do, and of course for the magic of television, we have my magic of television stuff. Because of the magic of television, already prepped, ready to go, right? So what you're supposed to do is here's my transfer. Now, it says you could use any transfer. I've been looking at which ones to use, which ones are better, but you know what? I'm just gonna wing it. They've showed it using a lot of other different types of transfers. It really doesn't matter, I don't think. I mean, it all has the plastisol, right? Well, I'm gonna tell you why I think this is probably not such a good idea. But we're going to find out together. So I've cut this out, all right, and so that I know where I'm going to sprinkle my confetti around. Now, what you're going to do, where's my other piece? Did I cut both of them by accident? I know, oh, there it is. So here's what they tell you to do, if I'm correct on this. All right, and I've watched a lot of TikTok videos, and I've been tagged in a lot of TikTok videos. So what you want to do is you want to scrape your transfer. This is oddly satisfying, I need to tell you that. Okay. You want to scrape it all off this. Now, a lot of them are using just single color. I didn't want to use single color because I'm crazy, right? And then what they did is they took and they put it in a blender or pulse, whatever, and they got it all down to little itty bitty pieces, okay? Magic of television, right? Okay, so this is what you end up with. You're supposed to be able just to sprinkle this around, and it's supposed to stick to your shirt. I will be using lots of butcher paper for this because I have a feeling that this is not going to go the way I want it. Here's why I'm having an issue with this. Even if it was just a solid color type of screen print, my issue is this. The plastisol is only on one side, okay? So I'm going to be kind of crazy and anal that I'm going to want to flip it to make sure all the colors everywhere, right? But this is what it's supposed to do. I'm not entirely sure. We're going to work at it. and see what happens. I have seen the glitter one. I'm kind of anxious about that to see what that one does. But you're supposed to make these look like, I don't know. I have reservations. But you know what? You guys love tagging me in the TikTok Made Me Do It style videos. And we're going to do it together. Okay. Let me see what we got going on here. So, all right. We're going to make sure we put butcher paper on the top. We're going to lay this down. We're going to take our transfer. We're going to lay it here. Now, normally, your girl does not put tape on her transfers because I just lay it down and that's what we do, right? Well, I'm going to tape this down because when I'm going to move this, it's going to shift, right? So there's that. I did want to pull something out of my garbage earlier. Give me 1 second. I want to show you something. Where did they go? I'll have to have my husband find it. Kev?
Yes, honey.
Can you find me the easels that are in here that I pressed? They're going to be down there. Thank you. I threw away this project that I absolutely hated, but I want to show you why it didn't work. All right. So. Well, hello, Larissa. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Before I get started, I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you to Jody and Jess who are behind the helm this morning. Thank you guys so much for helping me out on YouTube and on Facebook. Let's see, there's one right here. It's going to be over here, Kev. And this is what they look like. If you don't mind. Thank you. Gotta dump it out, dump it out. Alright. Now, it tells you that you're supposed to just sprinkle it. Okay. I don't like any part of this. I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, just stack it with that one. I mean, if it comes out, I'm in. I'm in like Flynn just because it's kind of cool, right? But all I'm seeing is one big hot mess. That's all I'm seeing right now is one big hot mess. Yes, this is a Gildan cotton shirt. Yep, because with screen print, you could put it on anything, right? Who agrees that this looks like a hot mess? Because I feel like it does. All right. I'm not here for this. I just want you to know. Okay, so first things first, let's get it. Let me get it over. Oh, yeah, this is not going to end well. I really didn't think about this too well when I was doing it. I was trying to show you just what you're supposed to do. And then, you know. There we go. It's on now. Well, let me just move it all back around off the transfer. Get it where it needs to be. I wish y'all could see this holy mess right now. Okay, so note to self, if you're going to do this, make sure you just do it while it's on the platen. It'd probably be so much easier and a lot cleaner. And then you wouldn't have to worry about like what I'm doing right now. And that's to make sure it's all here, right? So, this is what we're here for, though. I got tagged 14 billion times on these videos. It was quite funny. Nikki, you got to try this on the Sass. Oh, boy. Here we go. I'm in for it, right? All right. So in theory, this is supposed to work. Nothing is supposed to stick. It's supposed to stick to my shirt. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Let's get her down. It's dropping like it's hot because Lord knows it is. How is it supposed to stick to my shirt when it's all crazy and not stick to the paper? That's my question I have there, right? TikTok gets me in trouble frequently. Let's see. Yeah, we could have put it on a board. I definitely could have put it on a board. I would not have done it on my table. I only did that to show you guys, not necessarily for any other reason. If it was just on my heat press, I would have just laid it on my heat press, sprinkled it all over. This is going to be a disaster. All right, maybe not a total disaster. But, okay, so there's the pieces that were backwards, all right? So far we're in. Okay? All right, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Okay, so I took one of those. I don't hate it because it color coordinates too. All right, I don't hate it. I don't hate this. I don't hate this. I will tell you this. Do exactly what I told you to do. Put your heat down. Crumble it up really small. You might want to use 1 or 2 extra. I only used 1 on this, by the way. Chopped it up really with just my fingers. Just sat there, broke it right up. Sprinkled it all over. Do it while it's on your press, though. And look, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. And you could do it all over the shirt, too. So, yeah, I'm not hating this. I'm not hating this right now. Not hating this at all. I thought I was going to hate it. And damn it. I still wanted to hate this. But I will say, butcher paper is going to be your friend to protect your platen, because it does get on the paper, the stuff that doesn't, you know, flip over, but there was still enough here. Now the question then becomes this thing right here. Now I wonder how much will actually come off. Just because I do feel some of the rough edges like this right here. So I wonder if we're going to put it back on the heat press. The only reason I'm putting it back on the heat press is maybe seal some of those down. Just give it a quick press, you know, kind of thing. Kind of get it nice and warm, seal down those edges. My fear is that it's going to come up in the wash. That's where I'm not all in. And then am I going to sit here and go like this because I can feel all the roughness? I'm such a texture person. But I don't hate it. You know, I don't hate it. It is a really cute idea to do. So, yeah, I don't actually hate it. It even pulled off some, you know, some of the stuff that would be probably sticking up, or that's a problem. So you might want to go through and just double do it again. Double do it again. Oh, that was much better. Yeah. So after you've pressed it the once, peel off your butcher paper. Put a new and peel off this image. Then let it cool for a few minutes. Put it back on your heat press for the same amount of time. All right, and then put some butcher paper on top, because you're going to get any little bits that are still kind of stuck up. But honestly, I'm not hating it. I'm not hating it. Let's switch the camera so you can see. Yes, it is a screen print transfer. So I have screen print transfers that I sell. This is mine that I sell. I sell this in 2 different colors. I sell it in the teal, and I have a pink one. But again, I'm not hating it. It is a little messy, but it's kind of a cool thing. Yeah. You know, and it has all the colors of the transfer in it. So by taking one of these transfers and breaking it all up, it has the same colors, so it's not going to be crazy, you know, in an off kind of way. So it definitely has that, you know, part of it. But if you want to have a cool look to your shirt, that's speckled, almost bleached look, but now it's a bleached colored look, right? And so this is like, how do I describe this? It's a screen print. It'd be like doing screen print bleaching. Now let's just, so if you do the bleach shirts, like what I've got on right here, you got to bleach it right, and you got to get the white. So now this is kind of, it almost is like, if you want to add speckles, right? So Yeah, it is teal. It's a teal screen print transfer. I'm going to try to move it in a little bit closer for y'all so you guys can see it. You know, kind of thing. So, yeah. Yeah. There you go. There you go. That's what I would do. I would double press it though to make sure it gets all those little edges that you've just created. Make sure they all get down into the shirt. So on the sassy scale, I wouldn't give it a 10. I would definitely give it a solid 7. My concern, and why I say 6 or even a 7, the reason I say 6 or 7 is because now I want to go with the washability. So that's going to be a to be continued conversation. I'll throw this in the wash because that's where my concern is. It's not even so much of when you put it on or anything like that. It's what's going to happen when it washes. Are all those flakes going to come off? Is everything sealed on there? Anywhere there's white, it may come off, just so that you guys are well aware. But it's not the worst idea I've ever seen. I will show you the worst idea I've ever seen. Let's get to it. All right. So, I decided, again, in the TikTok made me do a category, we were going to try and press on the Dollar Tree. I know you're all about to roll your eyes at me. The Dollar Tree easels. That was a fail. And I even did 2 of them. I did 2 of them to see. And what people are doing, and I was talking to my friend Shalada about it, what people are doing and probably not telling you is that they're putting the thermal laminate over the top of this, but they're saying that you should be able to press right on top of these. This is so muted, and it's going to be hard to see on my camera, but it's absolutely muted. It's not bright and vibrant by any stretch of the imagination. It's just... that's supposed to be a dark green. It doesn't look dark green. I'll go to this camera right here. It's very muted. And I went with a dark green look. So any TikTok video that I have seen, nobody tells you they put a laminate over the top. Nobody. They just show that you press it. So that's kind of false advertising. If you're going to show people how to do a project, you might want to show them that they're adding a laminate to it. None of the TikTok videos that I've been sent are saying, hey, Nikki, there's a laminate. The thermal laminate's on here. No one tells you that. All right. So they just show that you can press directly. I did it exactly the way their videos show, and it doesn't work. So if you're into that whole thermal laminate thing, then sure, by all means, have at it. Knock your socks off. But for me, this is a sassy fail. I am not exactly happy with these. It was not worth me spending the $1 to ruin them. But at least you guys know you're going to have to use the thermal laminate for these. You cannot just sub directly onto them. They do come out very faded. If you are a vinyl person, have at it. Or like me, I have a roll-in. I'm just going to do a sticker on them. That's what I would do. You know, I wouldn't want to do anything else but that. Just add one of my roll-in stickers, make that image, and it would look stunning. But again, not my cup of tea. And as you guys know, thermal laminate is not on my top 100 list of favorite things. It's something you can use. Yes, there is a place for it somewhere. Somebody has a place for it. But I feel like when people take that thermal laminate and they're putting it on clothing, or they're putting it on every substrate, I'm not always in on this, especially when you put it on clothing. It just doesn't last, and I don't know who thought that was a great idea. But for this, I'm not in. I'm not in on this one. For the screen print confetti, that one I could sign up for. And that one I could play around with and have fun with. This, I'm not in. You got to peel off the plastic off the paddle boards before adding the laminate to it too. Oh, I peeled everything off. There's no plastic on this. None. I got it, Shalada. I peeled everything off before I did it, and it still didn't press correctly. So I just don't want to do the laminate. It's just not my thing. It may be your thing, and if it's your thing, rock it out. Please note that the opinions here at the Sass are of mine and mine alone. They're not Jess's and they're not Jody's. They are completely mine. If I don't like something, it does not mean you might not like it. especially on the TikTok made me do it, I will definitely tell you if I don't like something. Typically, I don't show products that I hate. Why? Because this facial expression just does not hide anything. It does me no favors, offers me no coffee and cuddle when it comes to me not liking something. All right, so with that said, for a TikTok made me do it, I'll tell you flat out if I like it or if I don't. Or if they're missing steps, I'll let you know that too. If you want to tag me in a TikTok video, go find me at the Sassy Summer over on TikTok. Make sure that you tag me and say, Nikki, we got to try this on your segment. By all means, let me know and we'll try it. If it's within what we do in our industry. If it's some crazy cooking show, I'm not going to do it. You know, although I might do it on my tableside Sass. So there you go. I usually agree with her though. Yes, Jess does usually agree with me. She absolutely does. So there you go. Lots of fun things coming out of Apparicium. Again, in case you missed it, she has, and let me show you the size difference. She has my little thingy's down here today. It fell and I had to grab it before. So she has the 8x10. This is the traditional one that you used to get from Condi. I have the jig for it. I could just put it in my jig. You could also put the 5x7s in the jig as well. But hey, maybe you don't have a jig. Maybe the jig is not your thing, right? So here's what it looks like on the clear. There is a film on both sides. Make sure you take that off, all right? And you could see there's a white backing to this. What I love, and it just always just impresses me, is how you can see through the acrylic because it has the white backing. It's just cool to look at. And it takes the light beautifully. Maybe you want to put a battery-operated tea light candle here, or even behind it. You can have it arched the other way if you want. It doesn't matter how you arc it. You can leave them flat. You don't have to use the pot or the pan or whatever you call it to arch these. You can just leave them flat. Make sure that they dry are completely cool before you use them for anything else. So if you missed it, I just used my regular small stock pot for the 5x7. You want to use a big spaghetti pot, pasta pot for the 8x10s so that it can bend correctly, and you can bend it on the horizontal or on the vertical. You want to make sure that your pan is completely, there's no ridges, anything of that nature when you do that. Why? Because it will leave an impression on your very warm acrylic, all right? But honestly, head over to Apparicium. She is Ashley Dodd. I've known Ashley over 3 years now. We were both designers together and both went over on our separate ways, but we always kept in touch with each other. And she has some amazing blanks over there at Apparicium, but she now carries the acrylic, the ones that you can curve. She also has maybe you're into, you don't want the glass ornaments. Maybe, you know, that's not your thing. Well, she has them in a circle, the Benelux, and the square. Again, and you could tell, I mean, this is dirty on one side just because of where it's been cut. You just peel off the backing, peel off the top, and it's pristine when you do. Honestly, I really love that look. So you get the glass look without it being glass, and if you have toddlers, it's not going to break. So there you go. Those came out of Apparicium. And the TikTok made me do it. I do have at thesassysummer.com, I do have my screen print transfers. I'm going to be adding a ton more to my page. So make sure you do that. I will be adding some solid colors for you guys who want to do that confetti look and you want some solid colored confetti. I'm even going to do a rainbow confetti as well. So those will be added to the site so you guys can order them on the cheap. Do what you gotta do. You can add them to like a sublimation shirt if you wanted to, but honestly, it's made for screen print transfers. You add your screen print transfer, you add the confetti around it. So there you go. Now I'd like to take, no jig, but I bet you have a stock pot or a spaghetti pan. And most people, I call them spaghetti pans or pasta pans. Most people have those large pots. So the jig definitely works. Make sure though that you use some heat gloves. That's a must. Even, you know, your oven mitts would probably be more ideal. And then put a towel over it so you could sit there and hold it. You want to hold it nice and tight to your pot. I'm going to show you that again so y'all can see. All right, you definitely want to make sure that when you put this on your pot, you use your heat gloves, right? But this is because it's nice and cool. I put it up against my edge. If you don't have this beautiful edge right here, don't worry about it. But you definitely want to make sure that you put it up against this and hold these edges right here down nice and tight while it cools. You only need about a minute to a minute and a half for it to cool. And then if you're unsure, just take it, roll it, flip it, because now this is a cool side of your pot, right? So you're going to take it, flip it, roll it. And then you could take this and make sure this is nice and tight as well. These do cool rather quickly. So that's what you want to do is use your stock pot, use your big pasta pot, especially for your 8x10s. But you already have this. You don't got to go buy anything for it. So that's how you, and the color is absolutely amazing for this. Again, you know, the color is just, it's stunning. I mean, look at the pinks and the blues right in through there. Absolutely gorgeous for that. I'm showing off your picture, Ma. You should be thrilled. So those are some of the wonderful things you can get from Apparicium. She's got a bunch of other things over there too. Make sure you check her out. There you go. I love the acrylics too. I really do. I love everything about the acrylics. I always have. Tellers or cats even. Exactly. I wonder if direct-to-film will work. You know what? I don't know. I've never tried the direct-to-film. Everybody's doing it with the screen print transfers. That would be something for Becky to test out before we all test it out. I would have to have Becky over at Digital Wonders. She owns Digital Wonders. She is my preferred direct-to-film vendor over in the Sassy Subber group. She's the only one that I have over there because direct-to-film is a process, and she has perfected her process. So we could probably see about having her try it. It's not something I will try. I'll let her do it because she could probably tell me no right out of the gate. Right? I think it's really cool. There's something about them. So there you go. There you go. Cute gnomes. Let me just see if there's any questions. Give me 1 second. Why not paintbrush pastisols? Wait a minute. Why not just paintbrush pastisol on your shirt? No. Evelyn's like, I'm not a fan. It's okay. And that's the beautiful part here at the Sass. You don't have to be a fan of everything that I do. Heck, I'm not a fan of everything that I do. But I do show it, especially on a TikTok made me do it. I'll show you. And then this way, before you go and spend your hard-earned money on a project, you could see at least me goof it up. And if I'm goofing it up, you might give you some pause to say, I don't think that might be down where I want, or I don't like the way that turned out. And then it'll stop you. Maybe you fall completely in love with the process and you're like, I love it. Nikki might not like it, but I love it. And that's the beautiful part here at the Sass. We try to make sure that I show you as much as I possibly can to open your eyes to new blanks, to new ideas of doing something, so that you can say you've at least seen it, right? So there you go. That's the beautiful part about what we do. I do want to take a quick second, and I had showed everybody on a tableside Sass about pressing on glitter and on felt. Please make sure that you go and watch that. This is what it looks like. So I pressed on glitter and then I pressed the glitter to the felt. This way it was a nice centerpiece for a bow that I made. So this is a beautiful thing. If you haven't seen that video, I will be uploading it to YouTube. I just have to edit it. So any questions? I'll do something on my order. Okay, cool. Well, in the sense of how you did it, but Becky and I have talked about overlays for the same effect, no mess. Awesome. Really cool idea, Tanya. And that's it. But see, here's the problem I have with the overlay is you don't want to actually put it on top of, so people are going to use this. Let's go back. Some people will just take the overlay and use it for on a screen print transfer they have. So we just got to make sure that it doesn't, you know, it's got to fit a certain spot. But you and Becky will work that out. You guys go for it. The mess part of it really wasn't as messy as long as you do it on your press and not sitting here and try to carry it over kind of thing. It worked perfectly in that sense, but everybody, it's to each their own. Whatever you want to do. Like I said, Becky would be my go-to person for the direct to film and what she may be able to offer you guys in that way. Again, the overlay idea is great because there is no breaking it up kind of thing. You make sure all the pieces have the plastisol style type transfer or whatever she puts on the back of hers, the powder. Make sure that every piece has it. You don't lose any on the butcher paper. So there are definitely perks. If she can work that out, there are perks to this. I see a new one. Do you think it's a cling sticker? Oh, you see my Nomi? That's my Nomi homie, right? That came from Kathy Johnson. So she gave that to me. It's a textured removable vinyl sticker. And she cut that for me so that I could have it for my shop. And I've been waiting forever to put this up. She gave it to me back, gosh, March. So now that I have the wall the way I want my wall, and I missed the wall, to be honest, I got to put my homie back there, right? He's my homie Nomi. Love him. So I just ordered myself some removable vinyl as well, so I can start doing the removable vinyl stickers for different people's walls, wherever you want to put them. So I do have that. But isn't he adorable? He's absolutely cute. I love him. I love him. My favorite is watching you try all the TikTok crazy stuff. I love doing the TikTok made me do it. TikTok made me do it. Why? Because you know what? If not, who else is going to try to show you and get you through this? It's one of the great features we have here. Do you guys have any questions before we go through the quick recap? Make sure that the ladies give you the links. I will be talking about the fun things coming up. Any questions in the Q&A real quick? Thank you. It is a really cute Nomi. Evelyn, it's our Nomi homie over there. Evelyn is my resident Nomi homie. That's what she is. She's over on the YouTube page. Because, like, why not, right? So I thank Kathy for that. Absolutely. All right, I see no questions coming in, so let's do that quick recap. But let me first, before I get into that with you all, thank you guys. I've missed you guys over the last 3 weeks. I know it's been 3 weeks. It's been a spell. Last weekend, my husband. Yeah, my husband. My husband and I actually had to take our son to the emergency room where he had a reaction to amoxicillin, and he spent 4 days in the hospital. So he was pleasant for 4 days and still is. He's actually mending quite well. He just has some minor moments. It's going to take him a while. The amoxicillin reaction did a little bit of, I don't want to say damage to his heart, but it inflamed his heart, so we have to work on that. So cardiology visits and allergy visits, allergist visits. It's a lot for an 18-year-old who is like trying to nail air to a wall. Let me know how you do it with your 18-year-old, because I can't do it with mine. He just zero with him. So, but otherwise, thank you guys for all the well wishes on that. Let's talk about the calendar and everything coming up. Oh my God, this is a lot. So here we go. Jody, I get to meet Jody for the very first time. She's flying in from Oregon. That's right. I get to see one of my back office staff. I cannot wait to squeeze her. Right? So I get to meet Jody for the first time. We wish we could fly Jess up too. Jess has got 2 kiddos still in school, so she's got to stay home and be mom and whatnot. So I will definitely be able to meet Jody. She will be able to help Jess here. My sister's flying in. That's right, because we're all headed with Mama Bear. That's right. Grandma Sue is headed to the ISS show. I think she's going to be a bigger deal than I am. I mean, she is a bigger deal than I am. She's my mom, right? So we will all head to the ISS show. We are going to be at the show on the 7th. We get to have Beth and Suzanne and Melanie and Patricia and Lisa and Janet. And I know I'm missing a bunch of you. And if I do, I'm so sorry. So there's going to be a bunch of us down there. We're going to meet. We're going to go to the show, which is probably going to be a very quiet show. But that's okay. We're going to party at dinner time on the 7th at the Hard Rock Cafe. So if you can make it, come visit me. I'd love to meet you guys face to face. Then on the 29th is the big Sassiversary. That's right, I celebrate 3 years. Actually, my 3 years is on the 25th, but we're celebrating it at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time only on Facebook next week. So if you're a YouTuber, sorry, you're going to have to come over to the Facebook in order to watch all the craziness as it is. We're going to have the Wheel of Names. You guys know how I love my Wheel of Names, where you get to see your name pop up on the screen, hopefully. We have over $3,500 worth of prizes going out next week. And I've still yet to nail down what I'm giving away. I only have one that I'm giving away. So that's it. I don't know what else I should give away. They pretty much run everything for me. So I want to say thank you to all the vendors and just business owners who have helped to donate to this incredible Sass that is going to be my 3-year anniversary. So thank you guys so much for that. Then, this past week, I had the largest opportunity of my entire life. I will tell you that. I got to be interviewed by Megan, who does Ink Differently for Sawgrass. That is right. If you guys missed it, I got to do an interview with Megan. It'll air this week. I am super excited and nervous. There are some bloopers from it. You got to find out about those from the group. But she will be airing my Sawgrass interview this week. And then on September 1st, I'm going live with Condi. That's right. Condi found the sassy summer, and I'm going to be doing an arts and crafts think outside the box. That's right. We're going to be doing that on September 1st. And listen, spread the word. They're going to be on Facebook and on YouTube. Spread the love all as much as you can. And you know what? You're going to get people like, no, I don't want to see it. That's okay. Find somebody who does. It doesn't matter. Let's take over world domination. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So there you go. I'll be there for September 1st on Condi TV. That is so freaking excited. That was the very first tutorial I ever watched was from Condi TV. And that's where I learned some of my stuff and whatnot. So, you know what? We all have our own humble beginnings. And there you go. So, and then something big's coming September 7th. Something big for me and for you. Sort of. Right? I can't tell you anything more because I'm driving my group absolutely insane. But if you want to be in it to win it kind of type of thing, you're going to have to just be in my Facebook group or, you know, just figure it out along the way and how whatever's coming my way. The only two people that know what's going on is Tori and Jessica, because Jessica has to help me with it. So there you go. That's it. That's all who knows. No one else knows what's going on. No one else will know what's going on. So there you go. Oh, well, and Grandma Sue, because she just has to know everything. So there you go. Let's get to that recap. Today I got to show you about the acrylics, the bendable acrylics. That's right, the curved acrylics, if you will. They came from Aporicium. It has taken me 3 years to say that name correctly, and she will be ecstatic that I've said it correctly all day today. So Ashley Dodd, a longtime friend, over the last 3 years, I've got to see her grow as a designer and move into selling her own blanks. Well, now she carries the curved acrylic. You could get it in a 5x7 and in an 8x10. You can also get it in a couple different ornament shapes. If you need to bend it, please go watch the rewind and you'll see how I bent my acrylic. Super easy. As long as you have a pot, you don't need no fancy jig. Until we can get the fancy jigs, the stock pot's going to do just fine. Don't worry. And you didn't have to go buy anything special. Just go grab it out of your cabinet and off you go. Then we did the TikTok Made Me Do It challenge. You guys all know about the TikTok Made Me Do It challenge. And one of the ones was the highlight of my day of being tagged in about a bajillion times was the screen print transfer confetti. That's right, we did the screen print transfer confetti Betty, where you literally take up a screen print transfer, scrape it off the paper, make it into little pieces, and then press it. Again, you'll have to go watch the rewind to see how I made this wonderful little piece of information. Really, it's not a bad idea. It has a really cool look to it. And I think if it was all over the shirt, I'd be in. Front, back, it'd be kind of cool, but I do like this kind of look to it. So there you go. We also do have my girl Becky, who is the only direct-to-film vendor over in the Sassy Summer Tribe. We're going to have her see what she can come up with for the direct-to-film people. I mean, really, it's a great idea no matter which way you do it. She might have a less messier version than what we have, and that's okay. Oh, and then I showed you the dollar store. Oh, these things vex me. The dollar store things where they've literally said you just press it and you get this great design. I beg to differ. I pressed it, I got that. Okay, they come like this. You take the plastic off of it. What they don't tell you is you're supposed to use thermal laminate on it. See, they missed a step. That's probably key information I would have had. I probably wouldn't have even tried it. But there you go. So if you want to try do direct printing without thermal laminate, let me save you the $1. Okay, this is not what you're going to want to do. You're definitely going to want to put some thermal laminate on it. Maybe if you've got a sticker, whatever it may be, that's what you do. I mean, they are really cute. They're a cute easel and all, but not for sublimation. I know we all try to do dollar store sublimation stuff, and I'm willing to try it. I'm willing to say whether or not I love it or hate it. Here at the Sass, I'm going to give you my opinion. It's my opinion only. It does not reflect the opinions of anybody else around me, and that includes Jess and Jody. They're just here along for the ride. All right, so I need to always put that as a disclaimer. I don't always love everything that I do, but I do try to show you everything that I do love or that I'm excited about, because this face don't lie. It's tried. I'm horrible at it. And there you go. Well, lastly, and that's what Aaron just brought up, I will be at the Orlando Print United Show October. I'll be there from the 5th through the 9th. The show is the 6th, 7th, and 8th. I will be able to meet Erin. My sister's coming with me. Maybe Mom if she wants to. But we'll definitely have my sister. I'm going to meet Erin from the group and Marvin. You guys all know that's going to be epic. So there you go. And anybody else who wants to join me at the Orlando show in October, please, I'll be there. Marvin and I are planning a dinner meet and greet, so we'll have that as well. He's pretty excited, and so am I. Which is pretty cool, right? Lots and lots of things. Maybe we can drag Joe up to Jess. I have my son on the brain. Maybe we could drag Jess up to the Orlando show for the day. That would be fun if we could see her too. Have her just come around, and it would be nice to see Miss Jessica. So there you go. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Sunday. I'm going to get off of here because we're supposed to get rain. And you know what? I'll probably lose power. If I don't, you'll see me on the Tableside Sass tonight. You guys have a great rest of the week. I have a very, very busy week. So I look forward to seeing all of you until next time on the flip side.